where the Hebrew Israelites come in week and week out and prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America. And we all know Babylon has fallen like a rock, right? Come to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the people on this sign right here, right? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indian, or get you to wake up to your true nationality, that you're God's chosen, so you can repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in this thing. All right, because time is extremely short. All right, so anyway, apparently the time is changing. Right? If you're on the East Coast, it's about 9, I guess, and here it's dark at 6. And it wasn't. A month ago, it wasn't dark. Anyway, yeah, so the seasons are changing. Okay? We're at the end of Esau's season. You know what? We'll just start right there. Let's just start right here. Job 9 and 24. See, because the closer we get to the end, you know what means everything? The milk. You can depend on that milk is going to get you through this thing. Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is it? See, this devil sought to paint the likeness of his face, right? So all we got to do in order to find out who the wicked is go look for Yahushua and see who he's not. Okay? No, that is not the image of the beast, Nate. And I'm going to try real hard not to go to IUIC today. I'm going to try real hard. But Caesar Borgia is not the image of the beast. It's not the mark of the beast. None of those things. Okay? He's just a demon. He's a man. Okay? But the time that we're in right now, you don't have a damn chance if you don't know who you are. And that's what we're out here for. All right? Anyway, first and foremost, and as always, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. The Shalom, the salutations of all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth and the sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right? To the Akwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom. Shalom. So it's just high time. It's high time that you know, right, what the hell is going on. It's high time what matters, like that kid, right? This kid, I love everybody. I grew up as a Hebrew Israelite. And he is fruity. You could tell. But to be where we are right now, and to not see what the hell is going on is a scary endeavor. Romans, what am I looking for? Romans. Eyes that they should not see to this day. That's what then? That's Romans 8. Salaki. Here's what. What the Romans 11. Salaki. Shit. Can't move without cutting. Getting cut. Get used to getting cut. Physically and spiritually. All right, so Romans 11 and 8. Salakia. Romans 11 and 7. It is a fearful thing, right, to fall into the hands of the living power. It's a fearful thing, when you speak of the elect, right? You speak of he's not of the elect. That's a scary thing. If you're not of the elect, you're blinded. That's a scary thing. Okay? It's a scary thing to those that fear the Lord. How about that? All right? Because fear is if there's no fear, there's no elect. How about that? The election got that fear. All right, so anyway, it's just scary, right? Being in the truth, right, and understanding that you're aware of things that other people are not aware of, nor can they be. They don't have a chance, right? You can explain until the cows come home, and it's going to do absolutely no good. And you have to inculcate, you have to discern, you have to eat that. You have to understand that. See, we have been so jacked up, right, by what we understand the Most High to be. All those lies and all that deception, we're jacked up, okay? So when you hear the truth, you're like this, whoa, it's like that. And you have to completely reprogram yourself. And then by the time you do, and you're walking upright, now you're the one that's wrong. And that's part of it. You gotta be the one that's wrong, even though you're right. Woe unto them that call wrong right and right wrong, and good bad and bad good. I understand that. But when you're in this truth, you're alone. Okay? You're the bad guy. Okay? But see, you can see. And these people are blind. You're the bad guy, you're the problem. Right? But you're right. You're righteous. You're walking uprightly. It's crazy. But you have to understand, right? They can't see a damn thing, so them persecuting you, right, is on the table. It's for them. You're the problem, so they're trying to deal with the problem. Problem is you. You're the problem because you can see you trying to tell this fool, look, here's the way it is, and he's like this. No, you're the problem, and we got to come and get you up out of here. All right. So that's what being in the truth is about. Being in the truth is about being the underdog, understanding that even though you're right, you're wrong. Okay. And that's the bitter in your belly, right? That's the balance. It's sweet to know, hey, I'm chosen, and the kingdom is coming, right? That's an easy one, but as you're learning who the Most High is, balance is huge. Balance is up there with fear. You understand? As you learn how the Most High operates. So you're like, okay, well, hey, it's a sweet thing, right? But when that balance comes, right? You got sweet and you got disgusting. Now you got the middle of that, sweet and disgusting, and I'm talking about taste in your mouth. When you're dealing with honey, you got sweet, which is delicious, but then you got disgusting. Okay? So when it's sweet, it's sweet. When it's disgusting, it's every day. Okay? All right? And so you come to understand that balance. You come to understand, hey, man, there ain't nothing sweet about this, right? It might look, see, I'm sure that being a Hebrew Israelite is fun if you're in the IUIC. Okay, there I go. But I have to use that, okay? Because are they suffering? No. They're probably suffering with that doctrine and the bullshit and them games going back and forth. Because you know that's the order of the day. Right? The order of the day in IUIC is straight confusion. So that can't be fun. But are they dealing with the truth? No. You know what? You know what's some bullshit? Being in the fucking army, being in the service was some fucking bullshit. Because shit rolls downhill. And there's a system, right? There's an order system. You got sergeants, you got specialists, right? And then you got privates. There's a ranking system in there. And I'm gonna tell you, that shit's fucked up. What? And they've been doing that. That goes all the way back, right? But this thing, whatever they call themselves doing in the IUIC, that is not the military, number one. Although they're acting like it is, I can imagine the bullshit. They just making shit up willy-nilly, right? Marching and giving orders, who's in charge, and woo! See, that's completely different than what's going on in GMS. Let me tell you. That military act that they're over there doing, I'd never be able to do it. Never. Because number one, it's bullshit. All right? Who cobbled that shit together? I'm sure you got some ex-military in there, but you know, they're going off the dome. Right? They're making it up. And that shit has got to be hell on fucking wheels over there. Got to be. All that march and get in line and do this and then, woo! It's like being in the military, but you're not. Okay? Most High nowhere in here does it say, get in formation and march. It says something about being a good soldier, but boy, they don't tell you to report to your neighborhood Hebrew Israelite recruiter. It don't say that. Okay? So that shit's crazy. But anyway, the point I'm getting is that some people are blind. That's the scary thing. Okay? These niggas are clearly blind. You want to be in a club. You want to be in an earthly club, a worldly club, right? Like the Q Dogs. Oh, this is my chance to be in the Q Dogs. Same colors, all of that, right? Come on. Come on. And that, you know, whatever's going on right there, I have to speak up. Here's what's going on. A long time ago, and somebody, you know what? It's true. Okay, because I saw it. It goes back, who brought that up the other day? Somebody brought up is either the Elder Apostle Aram Lab or the Elder Apostle Gabar. One of them brought it up that the IUIC had a 501c3 and their ranking, and then under that ranking or with some organization, maybe it was the NAACP, not that, but what's the little Jewish thing that you have to check in with, and they got to make sure that you're kosher and all of that. Anyway, on that, you know, organization, the IUIC was listed as Islamic or Muslims, right? They were listed as that under 501c3 whatever, and it goes back. And the question was, I think I remember seeing that document or that brochure or whatever. It was online, whatever it was. And I want to confirm that I saw it too. All right? Okay, it was attaching then. This is like fucking 2010, 2012. Okay? When that came out, they connected IUIC with a 501c3, and then in some listing, some, what is that called? One of those little Jewish organizations, like the NAACP, something like that. One of those, the Jewish form of the NAACP. I forget what it's called, but they were listed as Muslims, is the point that is being made there. Shalom, Akil. Shalom. Yabashim Yal Shabbat Shikatakadas. Right? But yeah, I recall specifically them being listed as Muslims. Okay? And why is that important? Because back then, and this was 2012, 2010, I can't remember exactly, but back then it was said that they're going to try to equate us with the Muslims or Islam in some kind. Long before vocab, long before, right? They were like, well, what? Nigga, you got a 501c3. So, you know, the Spirit leads you, right, to different things. And at that time, the Spirit led some brother to dig, and they found that they were classifying themselves under the 501c3 as Muslims, which is probably the only way that you can if you're black. They wouldn't let this nigga have a 501. This you extrapolate. You say, well, why would he do that? Well, one of two reasons. Either that's the only way that you could get a 501. Well, the only category we have for niggas is Prince Hall, if you understand what I just said. Okay, and that's the only way. Only way you can get a 501c3 is if you go through the Prince Hall a line of Masons. Okay? That's the only way that you can become a Mason. Well, apparently the only way that you can get a 501c3 if you're black, if you classify yourself as some sort of Muslim or Islamic whatever, because that's what they did then. Either they did it because that's all the only option they had, or they were setting some shit up, right? For what we see right now. And I ain't even trying to talk about IUIC, but I have to speak on this because the elder apostle brought it up. He was like, if I recall correctly, I remember seeing they were listed as much, and I recall that too. I remember seeing it and being astonished and saying, why would they do that? And da 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 da. That's fishy as hell, right? So today, fast forward to today, right? Now it makes perfect sense. If they're part of a smear campaign, which it looks like they are, right? Now suddenly, these niggas are standing with the Muslims, right? Nate, the most questionable agent, and when I say that, I'm not being slanderous, see? Because bearing false witnesses is very serious. So when you say Nate is an agent, guess what? You're good to go. You're good to go. So, and it's agent-like behavior, okay? Here it is, years later. See, a lot of people forgot about that, or a lot of people weren't around to see that. But the elder apostle brought it up, and somebody, you know who's probably got that smoking gun is the elder Bishop Iathon. He's probably got it on an old disc somewhere, on a backup. I bet you he's got it. The elder Bishop Iathon has that information. I know it. I know he does. It's and I'm sure that they went back and expunged and gotten rid of. But the fact that these guys are standing with the black Muslims, right? Right now, all they got to do is see them standing together, and they're the same thing. Simple as that. And that was the setup the whole time. Because that's exactly what Vocab came in doing. He was equating, oh, you guys are Muslims. You guys are Muslims, and he wouldn't stop. And we're like this, wait a minute, come on, nigga, you know we're not Muslims. What are you doing? And then he had to become even more subtle than the way he came. He was like, oh, I can't just bowl over these niggas because they do have their ducks in a row. So he had to come very, he had to go regroup, and then he came back strong. Anyway, it's just it's a very scary thing to be blinded or to think. And this is what keeps you humble. This is what keeps you straight, if you will. All right, is hey, you don't want to be blinded and to get all the way right to today, and then hey, you could be blinded at any moment. You cross the finish line here. Anyway, I'm going to read this again. This is Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So, you're the bad guy, right? For knowing the truth, for being righteous, for standing on merit, for having integrity, right? You're the bad guy, right? And no matter what you do, there's nothing you can say or do that is going to get this man to see this truth, because he's blinded. All right, and Really, what you do at this point, you sit back, you laugh, chuckle to yourself, and you're like, the Most High, boy, he set this shit up tight, right? And all you can do is play your role. It's sad, but boy, when you think about it, to be blinded, Romans 11 and 9, Salakia, Romans 11 and 8, according as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. So, it's sad. It's sad to see so many people, right, have the right idea. Because the people in IUIC, they have the right idea, but you know what? They're wicked. They're wicked, and they're choosing the wide gate. They're not choosing the straight gate. They want the one that looks good. How stupid do you have to be? Oh well, here comes a Passover. Let's make a big old. That was never done, right? It's always been. All you gotta do is look at Yahweh Shah. What was the Passover like for Yahweh Shah? What was anything? Was Yahweh Shah doing anything big? Riding in on horses is no, it's real simple. How can you not see that? Well, you're blinded. Why are you doing shit that you ain't fucking supposed to be doing? You don't think we can see you? Nigga, we're not blinded. We see you. Well, the difference between you and Yahweh Shai is, nigga, you came in on a high horse, and Yahweh Shai did the opposite. That's not hard to see. It's not hard to put two and two together like that. Okay? When Yahweh Shai is the example, you see Nate walking around, looking majestic, right? Looking rich. No, you're supposed to be giving up the riches. Yahweh Shai gave up the riches. Right? Sure, he had money. He was like, this, no, I'm good. Shit. I don't need this because I'm about to go be persecuted. I'm about to be tortured. Then I'm going to be put to death. I don't need this money. That's the example. So, do we see any of that in Nate? Is this nigga giving up any money knowing that he's about to be tortured and put to death? No. He's making sure that his bunker is right because I got enough money to afford one. The MOTB is not to see him because, nigga, I got to spend this money and I'm going to get a custom-made C-hip. So that can't be the MOTB, nigga. I got this money. See, that money got you. All right? The money got you. The only thing you can do with that money is give it away. And you're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. All right? So you're blinded. What are you doing? You're leading a multitude. You know it. Does this guy know what he's doing? He's got to know. He's got to know that what he's doing is wrong. But you know what? If he's blinded, apparently he thinks he's doing the right thing. But you can't be malicious about it. You can't be... That dude is despicable. It's a bunch of despicable... And the elder apostle Tahar, right? He don't deal like that. He's so transparent. The other day, the elder apostle Tahar was doing a live video, doing a live lesson. And the elder apostle Aramwab called it. Might have been yesterday, I don't know. Elder Apostle Rama called him in the middle of the video, and Elder Apostle Tahar, they were speaking on doctrinal issue. There was an issue about the doctrine that came up. They were going back and forth. There was a misunderstanding, and right away, without hesitation, the Elder Apostle Tahar said, I thought we were about to kick somebody's ass out. I was like, for them, not agreeing with the dialogue, it was like, wow, it was that quick. But the point I'm making is it's just no respecter of persons, no subtlety, everything just straight by the book, and you could just feel the frequency of truth in the whole situation. Okay, and when you're operating with frequencies, all right, if you're attuned, right, if you are attuned, and like for example, I've had this thing, since I was a kid, and I don't know, they call it perfect pitch or whatever, but this right here is an A440. That is an A440. And if you pull out a little meter, a little tuner, I can show you that that's an A4. That's a frequency thing, right? Meaning that you're attuned. Some people can't hold a note or understand what frequency is, okay? But when you're attuned to certain frequencies, some people, you got clairvoyant, you got clairaudient, right? Voyeur means looking at, audient means hearing, right? So some people, when they hear things, right, they hear it differently than other people. When I hear things, I can pretty much regurgitate whatever I've heard instantly, right? These are things that I've worked on since I was a child. So frequencies, right, and back to the A440, I'm good with, receiving, hearing, and dealing with frequencies. So, and I know I'm talking a lot, but when you hear an atonal frequency, you feel it. When you hear a frequency that that is pleasant, you hear it, you feel it. Slack. Mr. Brother Dhammawathia. Shalom, brother. Yabashimil Shabashim Tagadah. 1 Corinthians 4. Yeah, you're gonna have to get good at. It comes down to trusting your gut. Your gut is your brain. Is one of your two brains. 1 Corinthians 4 and 8. Woo! Make sure I got the right one. 4 and 8. All right, this is the brother Dhammawathia in his likeness. 1 Corinthians 4 and 8. Now ye are full, now ye are rich. Ye have reigned as kings without us, and I would to the Most High ye did reign, that we also might reign with you. See? Look, man. Why why would anybody in their right mind? Here you are, you're preaching JC, but Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. If we're gonna be co-rulers with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, what do you know about rulership? What do you know about ruling? What do you know? You can't even rule in Esau's world. What do you know about rulership? Okay? We're just waking up, right, to who we are. We'll get there. We'll become kings and priests, but not now. We're just waking up. So when you jump up on a horse, talk about, nigga, I'm the leader. You're first of all, you're not. You lead people into the ditch. Yahweh Shai is the leader. And you're obscuring his name. Everything you're doing is wrong, and I don't even want to talk about the IUIC. Okay? You're focused on your riches. Okay? When the riches you should be focused on are the ones that you're going to share in rulership as co-rulers in the kingdom. What are you doing right now? So by the process of elimination, you have to be these niggas, right? So back in the ancient world, coming against Moses, Dathan and Corey, you gotta be those niggas. Because they have to be. I'm like, who would do that, right? Oh, that's right. That's right. Who in their right mind, right? Here we are looking at the finish line, would be acting like, well, things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. So you gotta be here right before we get delivered. You gotta be out there, nigga, building the golden calf, and that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. It's clear. We see it all. No. We're supposed to share our rulership. It's his rulership. It's Yahweh Shai's rulership. He's sharing it with us. What are you doing? You're running to the front of the line. You're not looking, when you walk in, looking for the lowest space in the room. You're looking for the highest and worst. It's crazy. So then, if that's your outlook on things and you're the leader, what is your church going to do? They're going to act like you. And that's why we see these videos coming out, right? And I don't want to talk about this, but it's the spirit. Here's what you don't want to. You don't want to be so close to the finish line you can see it and be headed into the ditch. It's amazing. There are these clover leaves, right? When you're on the freeway, and here you coming up on this clover leaf, you think you're going to go one way, right? You think that it looks like you're going this way, and once you get up there, it's not where you thought you were going, right? That's a lot of people in that IUIC being led into a ditch. A lot, and it's scary, but it's necessary. Okay. Back to the image of the Most High, if you will. That bad gotta be right there. Gotta be. But you're about to get that good, the kingdom. Well, where's the bad? We're not in the new covenant yet. That bad's gotta be right there. Curses are still on your ass. Where's that bad? Well, there's Nate and the IUIC. We're like this. Okay, well, GM we got 100% doctrine. Well, where's the bad? Well, it's right there. It's not, Where's the balance to 100%? Well, here's the bullshit, right? A nigga with a whole bunch of money sucking them in, right? Slick, gap-toothed serpent trying to enrich himself as this place plummets. You know how much money you're going to have in order just to live comfortably, right? I want to know who's got who's got a spot in the bunker. Nate, who's got a spot in the bunker? And shame on those deacons and bishops under you, right? Shame on them, because you are their Yahushua. So you done took away Yahushua name so that you could be Yahushua to them, right? They see you as they get to share their rulership with you because somehow you're Yahushua. Yeah. Boy, you're in trouble, Dave. You're in trouble there. But we need you, though. We need you. We need an example, right? You're the top example. And what do we see? We see you. We see these young camps wanting to be you, right? Apologizing to you. And there's nothing wrong with the apology, all right? But you have to know unto whom you are doing well. You can't just, you throwing pearls unto swine. If you have a sincere apology, and you know that this nigga right here is a nigga, but you don't know. Here's why you're there. Bending to the IUIC. You're bending to the IUIC. There's nothing you can do for the IUIC. Well, it's really strange out here. I'm at my spot, and wow, it's just strange. It's a big old hole out here. I want to turn it around. I'm probably gonna close the camp because they're doing construction right here. Yeah. Everybody with me? Shalom. Shalom, Akim Akwa. They're doing construction. Right, this is my spot. And I'm going to turn the camera so you can see. So they're doing construction at my spot. And see the guy down there? So they're about to start some shit with these cats and bobcats and caterpillars. And I don't want to be in their way. I don't want to, it's such a, been doing this here for so long and they're watching me. Gotta be as subtle as I can. I'm gonna squeeze a couple more minutes in there. Yeah, I'm gonna read Proverbs. I'm gonna just read some precepts that need to be read. Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. You need something, right? You need a plan. You need a plan. Okay? You need a plan. When you go to school, right? You go to school to learn. Well, in this truth, what are you learning? What you should be trying to learn in this truth. is how to gain salvation. That's what it is. How do I get out of here without dying? Right? Because in the kingdom we're straight. All right? But there's a lot of work to do. Right? And we're getting this government, right? We're getting the head of the kingdom, the order, right? Working on it now. That's happening now. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time. All right. So when you come into this truth, what are you learning right away? You're learning about salvation. How do I get on that chariot? Right? How do I make it up out of here? Okay. The second part comes later. That's the kingdom. That's the easy part. Here's the hard part. And why is it hard? Because there's never been a time like this. A time of trouble unlike any other, nor ever shall be. When you understand that, this is the focus. Before I deal with the kingdom, I got to get there. So this is the focus. Okay, so how do I get on that chariot? Okay, well, fear, right? Humility. These are the things you have to order yourself aright. Right? Endurance. You ain't gonna make it. If you don't make a decision, I'm gonna make it. Right? You gotta write things down. You gotta write a list down. That's part of your plan. Oh, I got a plan. If you just got a plan in your head, right, that's cool. But if you write it down, you begin to remember things, right? It's a procedure. You write it down, you add to it, you modify it, right? Keep it up to date. Revise it. As things change, you change with it. Okay? It's gonna be crazy, man. Shit is getting crazy right now. Okay? But when you understand that it has never been as crazy as it is about to get, and it ain't ever gonna be that crazy ever again. When you understand that, we ain't seen a damn thing yet. Not one damn thing. Let's lock it. Let's 13. Brother Damawathia in his likeness. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, I believe. Let me make sure this is one of my favorites. 13 and 5. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. All day, every day. All day, every day. Right? Fear. Right? Fear. Balance. These things. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua, Hamashiach, is in you, except ye be reprobates. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. All right? So, I mean, you've got to talk your way through this thing. You have to reason with yourself. You have to continually talk yourself yourself through this process. You have to grab your own shoulder. You got to grab your own collar and go back. gotta go back to the basics. You gotta go fear, humility. You gotta go back and get in that mirror. That's what this is saying. Go get in the mirror. You know what you don't like about yourself. You know what you can improve. I do it all the time. I start with pride. The elder apostle the other day, like 2 days ago, elder apostle Tahar, pride came up, right? And this is one of the things, right? I say it openly. I got to work on it. I'm in the mirror. I'm like, man, you got to get that pride right. You got to humble yourself, man. Nobody else is going to do that. That pride can get you. It's going to get you, right? So you have to knowingly and continually, routinely humble yourself. You have to. You got to know, right? There are some things. I play the guitar, okay? And there's a certain, when you're learning how to play the guitar, you're learning, there's a certain swagger that goes along with it, right? And there's that whole the business of music business and playing, there's that whole thing. And so you adopt some of the, I gotta be cool and I gotta be bad, and these are the things as you're becoming this, working on your skills for this occupation or whatever, you're pretty much developing a bunch of bad habits, really, right? So, and it works both ways because you can be seen as being proud, right? Now, that's an act, right? It's an act. It's a persona that you put on to go out there. And then when the gig is over, then you go wash the dishes and whatever, be a good husband or whatever. But one of the things that I got to work on, I know, right, is pride, right? And then, there's so many bad habits. As you're older, there are things that you got to work on in this tree. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're right. Right? There's ageism. There's all these things that you have to calibrate, right, so that you can make this walk, right? And that calibrate goes to examine. When you examine, you can go examine yourself and say, oh, yeah. But if you don't make changes, positive changes, right? There should never be a time when you examine yourself and you walk away and say, I'm good. No, there's always something that can be improved upon, right? That fear, that humility, right? And that pride, boy. The elder apostle, man, hey, better work on that. Felt like he was talking directly to me, right? As we do. But you just don't want to be a reprobate. You see, Nate, this nigga's got millions of dollars prancing around. The world's coming to him, and you look like an idiot. You don't want that to be you. That nigga's head is going to be down in the kingdom because right now you're prancing around. Nigga, don't you know that the triumph of the wicked is short? Stop being wicked. You acting like Esau out here, right? And this thing is over. Anyway. Yeah, man, examine yourself right now. Now's the time. that? I didn't hear you. No, I don't have a writer. But this motherfucker's already kindled, that's for sure. So anyway, yeah. The work crew is kind of getting here. What time is it? 7? 7? Well, at least I know they start at 7. It's kind of funny though because this is my spot. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go. Yeah, so the Day of Atonement is tonight, right? At sundown. Well, I was going to say I'm sure that Nate and them are going to have a party, but Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, they're probably doing something new. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Book of Philippians 2 and 12. Yeah, I knew something was strange because they got that porta potty back in here. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now, much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So fear just keeps coming up. Fear, fear, fear. That's one of them things. All right? Okay? It's about balance. The Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear. You better fear the Most High. Okay? So, really, you got to throw out all that shit you learned. Thought you learned about God. God is good all the time. No, nigga. No. Okay? That would be Satan. The God that's good all the time is Satan. All right? So anyway, with that, we hope that the elect edify you brothers and you sisters. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kakadash. All right, double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishop of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that are pushing the word, the truth, and the sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aquat that are listening and learning, man, the pillar of rest, 144,000 1/3, hopeful elect of Israel. All right, Shalom. Shalom, Akiam Aqua.
So I don't want to close there, so we're gonna have to like 90 the fence, and we put it straight right there, and then come out this way like that, and then 90 it. So we're gonna
go ahead and shut down. These brothers about to get to work. Shalom.
No, they got plenty of room. I'm just saying, as far as the fence, I want it to go like this, and then go that way.
That way.
Yeah, and then since you got the flatbed, any miscellaneous stuff that got left behind.
The metal.
Yeah, you can load it on the flatbed, and then you two can go unload it